Hello.
Hi.
Voilà, on a Mici du coup qui est développeur à CIG Manchester, enfin Winslow maintenant.
Yes.
Du coup qui va passer un petit moment avec nous. On s'était rencontré à la Gamescom. Il y a. Est-ce que tu peux adapter la caméra il y a 2 ans. Et du coup, et elle était venue sur un de mes streams où on avait pu discuter un peu de tout. Et du coup là ça fait plaisir. So basically we met 2 years ago at the Gamescom, and
Yes.
so it's been a long time since we were able to talk like this. And so it's a pleasure to have you.
2 years ago. Yeah, a lot has changed in 2 years.
A lot happened actually because
Yeah.
you're not in the same position you were at
No,
CIG.
no. I'm working in level design now, so I'm designing levels for Squadron.
Congratulations.
So yeah,
And
that's fun.
and you were QA testers before.
Yeah, so I was testing Squadron, and then that led to
I remember all the
actually
creepy
working on
stuff
it.
you were doing with the characters to break them the more you could.
yeah.
Donc,
I've sort of gone away from characters now. Like I don't really deal with them as much, but
do you miss it?
a little bit. I miss talking to all the guys over in LA and stuff. But
Alors je vais traduire un petit peu, I'm gonna translate. Donc oui, ça fait 2 ans qu'on n'a pas vraiment parlé, et en 2 ans il se passait beaucoup de choses. Et par exemple, elle était testeur QA à la base, donc son travail c'était de casser les personnages, et maintenant elle a été promue au rang de level designer. Donc maintenant elle travaille sur le level design, et c'est magnifique quoi. Et donc elle est très très heureuse de son travail, même si ça lui manque un petit peu de...
Are you currently working with Luke Presley?
no, I don't.
No?
I work with our director is Nick Elms, who
Okay.
I think people are familiar with.
It's funny to...
And Phil, do you remember when I used to do ATV? I know
Yes.
with Phil Mellor.
Yes.
He's like my boss now.
Okay.
So so I talk to him like every day now. I work with. I'm trying to think who people know. Yeah, I think more of the sort of like quiet members of the team, you know, the ones that are usually on ATV. But I don't think we have a Squadron section on ATV anymore. It's all.
It's
We're
now
keeping
it's
the
even more
surprises.
different. Yeah, because now it's inside Star Citizen. It's not even ATV anymore. So, donc voilà, elle nous disait que...
It's because we're keeping all the surprises.
Oh, d'accord.
Yeah. So we don't want to give anything away. I think.
Donc,
There's only so much we can show without showing
That's all right.
too much.
I'll let you translate.
Oui, la question c'était de savoir si effectivement elle travaillait avec Luke Presley, donc le développeur qu'on a accueilli tout à l'heure. Et non, elle travaille pas directement avec cette personne-ci. Elle a par contre, comme du coup manager, comme chef. Is currently your manager?
What's that?
Sorry.
Phil.
Phil.
Phil and,
Yeah.
Phil and Nick usually
Phil.
have a lot to do with. Yeah,
Ok.
they're
Donc
my
c'est
bosses.
Elle disait aussi qu'il y a beaucoup de choses qui ont changé en fait pour la TV qui devient Inside Star Citizen, et maintenant la plupart des choses qu'elle retient, c'est parce qu'elle veut nous garder. Il travaille sur des surprises.
oui, c'est ça.
So you're keeping some surprise. So now we're kind of hooked. You want to know?
I'm trying to see what I can follow on here, but I'm afraid my French is awful.
Mostly they've been talking about your hair.
Oh.
They say that they also evolved in 2 years, the color maybe.
Yeah, it changes.
Yeah, totally.
This is like back to my original color, like
Donc
it was always pink in ATV and stuff. So
Yeah.
I would bring it back.
Donc people noticed that. So yeah, elle a effectivement changé de couleur, puis elle est revenue à la source, tout ça. So yeah, do you still play a lot of Blizzard game?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah?
Sometimes, yeah. With the whole drama going on with Blizzard at the moment, all the layoffs and stuff, I've kind of like gone
Yeah.
away from it a little
The
bit.
drama. Maybe I'm not. I don't know what.
They had a big Activision layoff of
Oh, yes.
a lot of people, and
Yes.
it upset the community a lot. So, and I wasn't massively playing Blizzard games much at the time, but it's kind of just, I don't know, it's left a bad taste
Yes.
that I don't really want to.
Oh, of course, because
I'm not too sure. I mean, it's still a company I'd love to support and everything, but they've made some bad decisions, and I'm kind of like,
oh, so
I don't
that,
know what to do now.
that really hurt the.
It hurt
You don't
the
know if you want
community
to
a
support
lot.
it as a gamer.
Yeah, I feel like I still do. Like, they still make a lot of games that I love.
Yeah.
But no, it was a bad call, I think.
Because I remember we had this conversation in my stream where we were talking about the video game we liked. You were talking about World of Warcraft and Hearthstone, I think.
Yeah. I kind of, I'm trying to think what I've been playing recently. I think because since I've gone into level design, it's a lot more involved. Like, I spent a lot of time just burning out in the day, and then I go home and just watch Netflix.
So as a gamer, you don't play as much as you would because
Probably is not as much as I used to. No, I'm so behind in my backlog. I'm like playing things I should have played like years ago. So I'm playing Detroit Become Human at the moment. Yeah.
Seems like a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, but I'm just going through my backlog right now, which is good because when I was playing World of Warcraft all the time, it was like a bit of a commitment, and then I didn't really have time to play other stuff. So that's what.
It's
what
always
good
a
has come out of
struggle
it.
as a working person to find a way to be committed to those games, because the fact that we have to spend a lot of hours and be committed is also what we like about those kind of games. So it's hard to make
It's
this
important
work.
to stay in there because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not at the level where I'm making development decisions, but it's good to see what's out there and what people are enjoying in a sort of like playing games for research kind of way. It's a good idea to stay in the game, and if you know what I mean.
Yes,
Like,
I've been
because if I was to video games have always been a huge part of my life, so I can't completely remove them. But it's good to just keep up to date with things that are coming out and see what's current and see how our game places in that.
Yes, and kind of the work you do is part of the video game, so it's just that the energy you spend in video games just changed a bit because now you
It's
work
still
a
there,
lot in the
but
day level design. We're gonna try to translate a bit what we say. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Alors, il faut qu'on remonte à la source de la question. Donc moi, je lui avais demandé si elle jouait toujours au jeu Blizzard, puisque quand on avait discuté sur l'interview qu'on avait faite sur ma chaîne, c'était il y a presque 2 ans, elle avait dit jouer beaucoup à World of Warcraft, à Hearthstone, et elle aimait beaucoup les jeux Blizzard, elle aimait beaucoup ses directions artistiques et tout ça. Et là, elle me dit qu'elle est un peu gênée parce que elle joue plus. Alors déjà, elle a beaucoup moins de temps qu'avant parce que le level design lui prend beaucoup plus de temps et d'énergie que le testing. Du coup, souvent quand elle rentre, elle a juste envie de se poser, de regarder Netflix et c'est tout. Ça. Et en même temps, ça la dérange pas parce que son travail, c'est aussi une façon d'interagir avec le jeu vidéo qui lui plaît. Mais bon, c'est vrai et du coup, elle se bat en fait pour rattraper un petit peu tous les jeux qui l'intéressent. Mais il y a plus de jeux qui sortent qu'elle a de temps. Donc là, par exemple, elle joue à Détroit en ce moment. Qu'elle aime beaucoup, mais du coup, voilà, elle prend du retard sur sa liste de trucs et ça la saoule un peu. Mais pour revenir, oui. Et à ça, du coup, elle disait que c'était vraiment, ça fait partie de sa vie depuis très longtemps. En fait, c'est ce qui l'avait amené sur ce chemin-là. Et là, pour Blizzard particulièrement, elle disait qu'elle était un peu gênée parce que elle n'est pas sûre d'être super fan de la politique de Blizzard récemment, notamment avec les dramas qu'il y a eu autour de Activision qui a été jeté dehors, enfin le scindage, tout ça. Donc elle sait pas trop ce qu'elle en pense, du coup ça a un peu affecté son envie de jouer au jeu Blizzard, parce qu'elle n'a pas encore trouvé sa position par rapport à ça, même si elle apprécie les jeux. Okay, so I think everything was translated. Yes.
I think I have a question for you. Do you work currently on Squadron 42?
Yes.
Okay.
I work on the level design team, specifically like the sort of social side of the game. I was trying to describe it earlier, and it's a bit like I think we did like an ATV a while ago that was the Idris life, and like how you develop your relationship with other characters and stuff while you're on your like home ship. And that's kind of what I work on, I suppose.
Wow,
the sort of social
so
aspect.
Exciting. It's kind of like a home, like a character in itself. So
yeah.
So it's one of the most important part in the game design, I guess.
It's an important part for definite. Like it helps you grow your relationship with the characters and stuff, and you learn a lot about the crew that you're working with. And
in a way that kind of remind me of all they did with the Normandy in Mass Effect, for example.
Yeah.
Made in between missions, all your crew and everything.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Is that kind of thing, like, yeah.
So I'm going to try and translate. Donc elle travaille effectivement sur Squadron 42 et elle travaille précisément sur l'Idris, du coup qui comme vraiment une base d'opération. Donc voilà, elle bosse beaucoup là-dessus parce que c'est un truc qui est très important dans Squadron 42. C'est l'endroit où tu retournes énormément, c'est ta maison, c'est là où tu vas développer tes relations avec ton équipage, où vraiment il va se passer pas mal de choses au niveau relationnel. Et du coup je lui disais, tiens, ça te fait penser au Normandie dans Mass Effect parce que c'est un peu le même idée. Puis oui, c'est exactement ce genre de choses sur lesquelles il bosse. So it must be so hard because you, especially in Squadron 42, you must know so many things, and it's
Yes.
it must be so much delicate because everything basically would be a spoil. I mean, even just the interior of a basic Idris could be considered as a spoil because it will be so important.
Yeah, I try and. It's why I keep taking pauses before I say things because I'm thinking, what have we shown
Of course.
already?
We don't want to put you in a situation where you would say something you would not.
No. I think our main focus. I mean, we haven't really. I don't think we've really shown much on ATV of the development of Squadron because we don't want to ruin it for people. We want it to come out and it to be all a surprise, all the stuff we've been working on, and
so
we don't like it's very story driven, and we don't like if we showed little snippets,
sure.
it
makes sense.
things.
And even it's funny because usually in my stream I say like what we have like in the alpha of Star Citizen, we have to be careful not to consider this as like a state of the game because it's a process and it's more like a module that you can use as a tool for developing the game. But what I say is I don't think what we have in this PU reflects the state of what is actually being done in the game. I think it must be a tough choice because you would have a lot of things like maybe things already, but it's not so good that you share with the community right now. So it's interesting.
It's hard to. I mean, there are similarities between the PU and what we're doing in Squadron, but it's very different.
Okay.
It's very like it's a different experience. Let me just say.
Ok, donc elle disait que c'était compliqué. Enfin, ma question c'était, ça doit être compliqué de travailler sur Cloud Imperium encore plus que sur Star Citizen par rapport à tout ce qu'elle doit savoir et qu'elle peut pas spoiler, etc. Et vraiment, c'est surtout l'Idris. C'était probablement pour ça d'ailleurs que l'intérieur de l'Idris, même un Idris simple, était très peu montré parce que ça pouvait être considéré en soi comme un spoil. Et elle disait oui, tout à fait, c'est exactement ça. Et il y a tellement de choses et c'est pour ça que je prends beaucoup de pauses quand je parle. C'est parce qu'en fait, je me demande à chaque fois si c'est quelque chose que j'ai le droit de dire ou pas, parce que c'est très délicat. Et on essaie de vraiment faire très très attention pour surtout pas abîmer la découverte du jeu et de la campagne solo pour pas spoil, etc. Et du coup je faisais le parallèle avec le PU en disant que oui, effectivement c'est quelque chose que je dis assez souvent, c'est le PU n'est pas forcément le reflet de l'état du jeu actuel, puisqu'il y a des choses qui décident de ne pas forcément partager. Mais ce qui ne veut pas dire qu'il n'y a pas des choses qui sont prêtes dont on ne connaît pas l'existence. Et là, elle dit ouais, c'est ça, mais je ne peux pas trop en dire non plus. On peut dire que le PU a plus ou moins des choses à partager. L'état du PU reflète certaines choses du côté de Squadron 42 aussi, mais pas vraiment. Donc en fait, je ne sais pas trop si je peux en parler. Voilà.
C'est très tricky dans cette situation. Do you have the same feeling about Star Citizen when you play it now, if you play it?
Well, I haven't actually played it in quite a while. Because I was on Squadron, I was testing Squadron, and then I moved over to design. And I keep telling people this, but I can't remember the password for my account, and I just haven't got it sorted yet. But also my computer at home doesn't play it very well. I don't have a very good computer at home. But no, I would love to play all the new content and stuff.
Yeah.
I obviously keep an eye on it. And come here.
Come say hi.
That's Idris.
You can come.
If you want. Come on, Idris.
Do you want to say hi to the French community? We're translating everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Un autre développeur. Hi.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Okay.
Okay.
He works on the level design with me.
You work in level design with me.
The live stream's a good example because we can talk about that openly. It shows the flow between a mission to kind of like a hub like the Idris, which you're kind of going around this social environment where you're speaking to NPCs and stuff, and you're flowing through the kind of the Idris, and you're meeting different people, and you're getting given kind of missions. You're taking off from the Idris and going on to your next mission and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah. But no, that's kind of all we show in the VS. We don't want to spoil much. Hopefully we won't show too much more because that's a fair chunk of the game. We went through some nice. Oops. Yeah, I really don't want to spoil it.
Donc il nous disait que
It's an experience that we want you to experience, like going in with nothing, basically.
Et encore une fois, c'est très délicat pour les Squadron 42 parce qu'ils veulent rien spoiler. Donc ils disaient finalement la vertical slice, non seulement ça montre bien l'ambition qu'ils ont de vraiment créer un environnement dans l'Idris, ça montre bien un peu ce qu'ils veulent faire, mais ils pensent qu'ils vont pas en montrer beaucoup plus parce qu'ils veulent vraiment nous laisser faire l'expérience de ce truc-là de zéro. Et,
Ils voudront, leur but c'est vraiment de nous montrer, quand ils montent du Squadron 42 maintenant, c'est de nous montrer la direction qu'ils prennent. Mais ils réserveront toujours tout ce qu'il y a de développement à la release du jeu, quoi. Parce que maintenant la release du jeu c'est tablé pour 2020. 2020. Ouais.
As you working in video games in a very specific context because of how open the development is to the community. How do you deal with this pressure? Is it a tension? Is it something to deal with as opposed to working in a classical setup where you will be in your bubble working for your games? How do you deal with the community being involved in everything and you being like more public than every other developers that we know?
It's. Do you want to answer it?
Professionalism. Okay.
So speaking personally, it's different to anything I've ever worked on, because at any other company it's kind of everything's under wraps until you're a few months away from release and then you tell everyone everything. But as it's ongoing and you're kind of telling people what you're working on as you're working on it, where it's at, we're really open with things. So say the roadmap, we're kind of showing things as they're going along. So you can kind of follow what stage it's at, so white box, grey box, polished, final. That's all nice because it means we can actually speak more to the public about what we're currently working on. We don't have to hide away, because usually you're under NDAs, which is good, but if we're openly speaking about things, we can speak about more things because it's already in the open, which means when you get asked questions like this, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm working on this currently, and you don't have to be like, oh, I might be working on this, might be working on this level here, but no, I'm really enjoying the experience, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So.
Is it not a pressure that basically the roadmap is the earned goal of your teams? So is it a pressure that it's public, like they're supposed to hem for that, and if you don't, the whole world is gonna be frustrated about it?
So there's always going to be pressure, and there's always going to be the opinion of the public and stuff. If we don't meet deadlines, which does happen in terms of, say, we don't meet tech requirements, and if we don't have tech, we can't meet the deadline and stuff. Obviously, we're not going to meet certain deadlines, but it's one of them you have to deal with. You take it on the head. Maybe you push things back by a week, maybe 2 weeks, which is unfortunate and you don't want to do. Sometimes you compensate by having more people working on a single thing, so you don't go past the deadline. And you never want to go into crunch, but crunch is a very big aspect of working on games, unfortunately, but it's one of those. So I don't mind it personally, but other people's opinions may differ on the subject. So
I think it's we have a very kind and understanding community, and they know the struggles of games design because we let them in so much. Like they see the roadmap, they see tech as we're implementing it in sections in ATV. They know the processes that we're going through, and I think for example, the last patch that was put out for PU, it was slow going, and it's finally live now, but it took many iterations. I think it's important that we have a really good community that understand that it might not be plain sailing to the end of this roadmap, but we're going to try our hardest to meet all those goals, but we're not going to release something that we're not 100%, and Chris Roberts isn't 100% happy with in the end. But as far as it goes, I feel like we're pretty much on track, right?
Yeah, and actually, personally, I think this is more authentic too, and more honest, because it's like, thank you very much.
Sorry?
I think they're going to work on the panel. So yeah, I think this is more authentic and honest because it's like we aim for that. We share this with you, and of course sometimes we don't achieve what but we still, it's like the carrot thing, you know, and I feel like it's pretty honest and authentic as the way the demos are, you know, and the keynotes. It's always so honest that usually there is crashes and bugs, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, we're very open about the development, and bear in mind that obviously this is the roadmap that we put out has been revised so many times. We had a release date that was 2018, I think was the last time we were set to release Squadron.
Yes.
But it's been revised so many times that there's a lot of pressure to meet this time. There was the first time, but things didn't add up. We wanted more, and I feel like this isn't the first time we've had goals to set for us, so I have high hopes that we'll meet it.
Sometimes I feel like it helps people understand that at this early stage of development, it's barely impossible to just evaluate a release date at that point, and it's just that people are not educated in that way because we so much used to games being announced 6 months before they release. So we think they've been developed into that time, you know, and so when it takes more time, people don't understand it. They're like, oh my god, it's a scam. It's never gonna get released.
I think you have to bear in mind as well that we're not just creating one single player campaign, we're doing the PU side of it as well, so
and actually that was a question before you were here. There were what is the impact of Squadron 42 over Star Citizen, and I was like, you can't really dissociate the two from each other because it's like everything the two are building together.
I think I was talking with my friends the other day, and I was saying, can you name another games company that is developing, as a whole, developing an MMO and a single player campaign at the same time to the spec that we're going for? Can you name one?
Yeah.
And we have how many employees?
A MMO plus a single player.
Yeah.
In one go, I think it doesn't exist.
No, so it's tough work trying to, and we're working in the same streams, so because we want features to be implemented in both. We want to make the best of them, but they're still two separate projects running alongside each other.
And the ambitious is also why there are so many people involved in this community, because they share the dream and the vision.
Yeah.
I think we have to stop for translate because we've
been
running
been
English for so long.
We have to French go back. Community.
No, it's okay. Because it's so interesting.
Je vais juste prendre l'aspect général qui vient d'être énoncé en Viet.
On va aller remonter jusqu'au
mai. Ah oui, d'accord. Non mais non, là j'ai pas, parce que je l'entendais pas bien, il y a que toi qui l'entendais bien, donc refais ça, et moi je repars du général. Donc en fait l'idée, pendant cette conversation là, on a remis en fait, Mici et son collègue ont remis en lumière un aspect qu'on a déjà discuté tout au long de cette journée, c'est-à-dire qu'on a effectivement deux projets qui sont aujourd'hui Squadron 42 et Star Citizen. Ils sont développés ensemble, donc forcément les canaux de production sont intimement liés. Les personnes travaillent entre elles, entre équipes, les collaborations entre équipes sont forcément fortes. Mais dans le même temps, ça reste deux projets séparés. Et quand il s'agit de communiquer sur l'un ou sur l'autre, ça a été d'ailleurs l'une des difficultés du collègue, c'est justement jusqu'à quel moment je peux communiquer sur ce qu'on est en train de faire actuellement sur Squadron 42. Parce que c'est le projet qui arrive le plus tôt au Squadron 42. Comme l'a dit Mici, la dernière date qui a été à peu près annoncée, c'était horizon 2020. Et dans ces conditions-là, finalement, en termes de développement, ça reste quand même suffisamment proche. Et donc, il faut travailler ça et en même temps communiquer, mais pas communiquer parce que ça arrive rapidement. Donc, comment c'est un challenge pour eux.
C'est vrai que la question qui était à la base de ça, c'était comment ils gèrent la pression de la roadmap. Et alors. Effectivement, c'est une pression, mais pour la plupart, ils prennent ça. En tout cas, les deux, Mici et son collègue qui étaient là, ils le prennent de manière positive parce qu'ils étaient contents de pouvoir partager ça. Parce qu'en plus de ça, ça leur permettait de mieux communiquer quand on leur posait la question. Ils pouvaient dire, même en étant sous NDA, oui, on travaille là-dessus, tout ça. Donc ça leur permet une meilleure communication, même si c'est vrai que c'était une pression supplémentaire parce que basiquement, c'est des objectifs qui se fixent en interne. La roadmap, c'est ça. Et du coup, quand ils se plantent, tout le monde le voit. Mais quelque part, c'est aussi un témoin d'honnêteté parce que, comme dans n'importe quelle entreprise, on ne respecte pas toujours les objectifs, mais ça nous permet quand même d'avancer. Et Mici disait qu'elle était quand même très heureuse d'être face à une communauté qui est très ouverte, qui comprend et surtout qui commence à comprendre les mécaniques et qui, du coup, ça crée des interactions qui sont plutôt saines et plutôt positives en fait. Et elle disait que ça reste quand même ambitieux parce qu'on revenait sur la question de l'impact de Squadron 42 sur le développement de Star Citizen. Et il disait que les deux montent ensemble, mais c'est vraiment ambitieux parce qu'elle disait, mais finalement, combien de MMO vous connaissez qui ont développé une campagne en même temps qu'un MMORPG complet, sans parler des nouveautés de gameplay qu'affiche Star Citizen. C'est assez nouveau, donc ça prend du temps. Et voilà.
Faire et du coup en attendant ils viennent à des events et il faut cliquer dessus.
Let the woman talk. We're translating everything she just said, so basically we are just translating what she said.
It's our job.
Okay. So
Do you have any more questions?
Oh, I think I saw a question before.
But
Quincy wanted to ask you if you are you playing tabletop role-playing games?
Oh, no, I've actually never played one, but I've made a character several times, and then the group's always fallen apart, and then we've never started it.
So you have.
Yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do, but never really got round to. I played a lot of board games that take hours and hours, like sort of. In a sort of role-play way, but not in... No, I've never had a chance to actually play one.
But it's something that would be interesting for you as an
Yeah.
experience.
No,
Okay.
I'd want to, but just trying to find a group. I think there is a few groups at work that a few people get together and they set up a campaign, but I haven't quite dove into it yet.
Donc non, elle aimerait bien. Elle a plusieurs fois créé des personnages avec des groupes, mais les groupes se sont toujours disband en fait avant qu'ils puissent passer au truc. Donc sinon, ça lui arrive de jouer à beaucoup de jeux de plateau qui prennent beaucoup de temps. Donc c'est quelque chose. Et puis voilà. Et puis à CIG, il y a pas mal de monde qui crée des groupes et tout, mais elle n'a jamais vraiment eu l'opportunité ni le temps. Donc, mais c'est quelque chose qu'elle aimerait bien faire.
Maybe last question.
ouais.
So level design related, if you had a full carte blanche to design a place in Star Citizen as crazy impressive as you like, where would it be? What would it be?
Ah,
That is so. I don't know. Because I'm so sort of detached from Star Citizen at the moment, I'm working very much in our little squadron way. But I think I've thought a lot about if I was to design missions, like what from games I like to play, what I'd like to give to the universe, like as a designer. And I was a big fan of, this is probably going back a while, but we had that mission where you found the data pads in the shutdown. I forget what it was called now. It's been ages since I've actually.
Data pads in.
Yeah, you were piecing together a story, and we also had the Big Bennies piecing together a story, and I love that sort of chain effect when you're sort of this one I'm thinking of in particular. You go to this station and it's shut down. The person
is like the very first PI wanted mission, like when you're in EVA.
I absolutely loved that mission. Yes. I thought it was so well put together. I actually don't know who designed that, but I really, really loved it.
That's something that inspired you for the level design.
Yeah, that's the sort of, because it had that sort of, I'm very into horror games, and that sort of piecing together a story, and you were finding different dialogue from calls that had been made in this time, and
putting the pieces together.
Yeah, I find that really inspiring. But if I had to, what was the question? If I had to design a place.
So, if you had full carte blanche to design a place in Star Citizen as crazy and impressive as you like, where would it be and what would it be?
Well, I know of a lot of planets that I'm not sure are in the PU right now, so I don't want to.
Yeah, so that's tricky.
I don't know if they've been fully developed. I don't know what we've actually got, but it would definitely be somewhere that was, somewhat like abandoned, that sort of like creepy, eerie feel, and you were piecing together like what had happened. Yeah, that kind of vibe. I like that. I like.
Ruins?
Sorry?
Old ruins or something more?
Yeah, like just like something that tells a story by just the visual, like something's happened here and you kind of learn more about it. That's the kind of gameplay I really enjoy, like just piecing things together. And I know we've already got things that exist in the game already that are similar to that, but I feel like I could design something pretty good.
Nice.
From my experience playing games similar to that.
I hope you can do some very nice, like lost planet or system like that. I would love that too.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like a planet full of secrets that you had to discover.
Reminds me a bit of in the lore for what we have, the Hades system.
Yeah.
Where there is this ghost, multiple races.
I'm really behind with anything outside of Squadron. That's absorbed my life right now, but
that's good. That means you won't be threatened by the possible breach of NDA, because if you don't know about it, it's better.
Yeah, I can't give anything away because I actually.
Yeah, in the law, it's kind of a lost. Maybe I think there is a lost civilization in there that there are only rooms and the site of a mysterious ghost. So that's it. So.
No, that's definitely my sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Petite traduction du coup.
Alors maintenant, let's translate, and then.
Another question.
And then I think we can put you something else, and we can release you from. But
yes, I need to go get a drink.
Yeah. And
stand up.
But before we translate, maybe we can just say thank you, because it's always a pleasure to have you like this on the stream. It's we already been on the stream together. Mm-hmm. We already met in person, but this is the first time we physically.
We've done the two together.
So yeah, it's kind of.
Fusion of the two.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for the generosity of your. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll have other opportunities maybe.
If people want to ask me questions, then I am on Twitter. If you want to fire questions at me.
Donc elle est sur Twitter, elle répond volontiers à vos questions, les gens. Peut-être on peut donner son Twitter du coup.
Yeah.
Maybe we can give your Twitter if you
Yeah,
want people
sure.
to find you.
Let me just check what it is, because I can't remember. I know it's one of two things.
Donc voilà, vous avez de la chance. Hein.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's hey_Mici. I couldn't remember if it was one word. It's hey_Mici.
Okay. So
I couldn't remember if it was one word or two. But yeah, I'm happy to, obviously, any questions of my personal opinions. Obviously, I can't say much about the game itself.
I think it's important to be able to talk about freely. I mean, that's the point. If we just want to ask about your job or about the game, we have so many different ways to do that, because there is all this ITV and everything. So I'm just grateful that we could talk like about you, about what you like, about different stuff.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, let's find a drink now.
Yes, let's drink.
And we'll translate now for about what we just talked about, and then I'll get some.
Cool.
Thank you again.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks. Goodbye, French community. Or my bag.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Et c'est parti.
Donc voilà, Mici qui est toujours très généreuse, je trouve. Elle a vraiment pris le temps de répondre à nos questions, de parler voilà, puis c'est bien de parler de choses un peu différentes aussi, pas forcément liées au jeu, comme je disais, mais simplement parce que voilà, c'est un peu ce qu'on s'est dit, tu vois, en venant à la BritizenCon ici, c'est qu'on venait vraiment pour un échange communautaire et qu'on avait envie de se concentrer sur ça. On rencontre des développeurs, ils passent leur vie sur les ATV, sur les trucs, sur les machins. Donc c'est bien si aussi on peut un peu parler aux humains qui est derrière, parce que moi je trouve ça intéressant personnellement. Et ça va dans le sens de de ces événements communautaires qui sont organisés en fait depuis les Barcitizen jusqu'aux conventions un peu plus poussées comme ça. Donc voilà, c'était Mici.
La dernière peut-être phase de ta conversation avec Mici.
Donc là je viens de traduire la dernière phase de la dernière phase.
Ok.
Il y avait quoi avant?
Et c'est là où on s'est perdu.
Oui, alors attendant, parce que du coup, voilà, c'était la traduction de la dernière question auquel elle a répondu, donc, qui avait été posée par Quincy. Si jamais elle avait carte blanche dans l'univers de Star Citizen, en tant que level designer, qu'est-ce qu'elle ferait? Attends, parce que là on te voit plus en fait.
Ah bah oui, je suis plus là. Ah bah oui, je suis là.
Où elle ferait, qu'est-ce qu'elle ferait dans le jeu sans contrainte? Si elle avait une baguette magique pour faire le truc le plus badass qui lui plairait. Et la première chose qu'elle a dit, c'est en fait pour le où ça va être compliqué parce que je sais pas ce qui est connu ou pas, et du coup j'ai peur de casser ma NDA et de vous en dire trop. Mais par contre, moi, ce qui m'éclate ce qui m'éclaterait comme design à faire, et c'est vraiment ce que moi, en plus je sais que j'en serais capable et tout, elle a vraiment pris ça à cœur, ce serait de faire une planète ou un système où il faut justement comprendre ce qui s'est passé avec des ruines, avec des épaves, des machins, pour vraiment. C'est pour ça elle était énormément inspirée par la mission de Pay Wanted à Kovalex. Et elle sait pas qui a fait ça en fait, parce que c'est tellement vieux la mission, elle sait pas qui a fait ça. Mais en tout cas, elle adore ça et c'est vraiment son trip, quoi. Tu vois, vraiment de comprendre le mystère. Donc, ce serait de faire un endroit un peu mystérieux comme ça. Et du coup, je lui ai parlé du système Hades, qui colle un petit peu à ça, puis qui est censé dans le lore être un endroit avec une civilisation éteinte, avec les rumeurs d'un fantôme.
Oui, et puis avec beaucoup d'archéologie qui est. Ouais, ça peut être.
Et elle disait, moi je passe tellement de temps sur Squadron que j'ai pas forcément la connaissance de tout ça, donc je dis c'est tant mieux, parce que comme ça elle risque pas de dire des conneries sur des choses qu'elle devrait pas dire, et du coup elle dit c'est exactement le genre de truc que je kiffe. Donc je crois que c'est à peu près ça.